Sorry, I've realised I'm a few minutes late. Sorry, everyone. Hello. Oh gosh, there's loads of you here already. Sorry, I didn't realise the time. Hi, everyone. Oh, let me out. There's too many comments already, so I'll just start from Cheryl. She's here. Yeah. It was, I did have to keep flipping the camera, which it didn't seem to like, but I got there in the end, but at least we're here through the event. Hello everyone, Lynette, Sharon, Karen, Louise, Janice, Jeanette, Sarah, Lynn, Karen, Deborah. Hi everyone, loads of you here, thank you. Oh, it's a busy, well, it's been a busy day so far, and it's a busy week, and yeah, it's nice to just take a minute out from all of the launch stuff and do something different. Hey Marina, hey Jackie, Debbie. Go out and back in. That must be Jill sent that to someone else, I guess. Avril, hello. Joe's Cross Space, Min, hello. Deb, Pippa. Sorry for anybody I've missed. How is everyone? Hope you're all good. Thanks, Deborah. He's not here. He's never here on a Wednesday. He's always at the sitters. So, but I will pass on your messages. I'm good, thank you. Hey Anne. So carrying on with our little mini series that we're doing at the moment, and for anybody new that's joining, I made this card a couple of weeks ago, which I've called a tiered hexagon pop-up style card. Really fun. You can see I've got the acetate between the layers there, and you've got those different tiers. And then I was saying how it's really easy to change the sizes, so that's already up on YouTube over on Mixed Up Craft. Then I went and done the 6x6 version for those that prefer this style. I've got a little bit of sticky tape there that I need to fix. But you can see how it looks as a 6x6. And I created the clouds with the hot air balloons, which I think looks really nice. So for today, we're going to do the 8x8. And I'm going to use the Alice in Wonderland collection from issue 270 from Simply Cards and Papercraft. And again, I'll repeat myself a little bit until most people know that join, but I am now going to be helping with promotion of these three titles. So Simply Cards and Papercraft, Creative Stampin' Magazine and Die Cutting Essentials. And they're going to be pretty much what I use a lot of the time when I do my live videos, because they work really well with the fun folds that I create. So you can use anything you have in your stash to decorate. Already there's been so many of these lovely styles being shared in the group, which is Mixed Up Crafters on Facebook. Sadly, there is no other sharing platform where you can have groups, you know, so those of you that aren't on Facebook, I'm sorry. Some people do just start Facebook just to be in the group. So, I mean, there is that option, but it's a lovely group. There's loads of people in there, and daily people share the cards that they make following my tutorials. So yeah, enjoy if you're over there. And if you type in, this is why we always encourage people when they share their cards to put the name of the card or the link to the tutorial and the name of it. Because if you go into the group and you go to the search and you type in hexagon card, everything that someone's put hexagon with, including these, will come up, and you'll just have tons of lovely cards. You can put pop-up card. So again, we always encourage people to just put as much as they can in their description. It makes it easier for people to find. Yeah, you can tag on Pinterest, but this, and I don't want this to come across as disrespectful, Celine, I haven't got the time to see everybody's pins on Pinterest. It would not even, it's just, that group is for you. It's for you to chat and talk. I do pop in occasionally. I will see a couple of the things, you know, the posts that are put up. I do approve, but my mum and my sister do most of the work over there for me. So it's your group, it's your place to share your makes and to inspire and help others. I offer all of my stuff here in the lives, all my tutorials, but I sadly, I just haven't got the time, to be completely honest. So having a Pinterest and pinning, all that's going to see is give me a ton of alerts, but it's not going to give you guys a platform to see everything together. So that's why I think the group works really well. I hope that explains it. That didn't come across as rude, because it's not. It's your group. Like I said, it's a place that I've just put together for you guys to share. Hey everybody, thank you for joining. I'm waiting for my mag to come and it's shown as dispatched. Yay! So the whole point of me doing this kind of extra promo for the mags as well is to give you a flick through of the magazine and also look at the exclusive gifts that come with them for you know before you can purchase, because you don't always get to see all of this, because a lot of it's all wrapped up in recyclable plastic, but you can't see that in the shops. So we'll have a flick through the magazine in a moment, but I do want to have a look in here. And this is first, genuinely, I've not seen this either, and I'm not asked to make anything with this. It's, you know, they don't tell me what to do. They're just like, you know, here it is, do what you like. So, not at all. Oh, thanks, Lee. Hey, Kerry. Yeah, she's good, thank you, Marie. Sam, I got in touch with Craft Stash about my guillotine, and unfortunately they don't have anything left to replace the bar. Yeah, I didn't think they would. That's a shame. Oh, no, because we said about maybe they might have a faulty one. Oh, that's a real shame. I mean, my bar was broken on my Tim Holtz one for a long, long time. I persevered with it, but it's not great. It's a shame you can't get that fixed. Hey, Alison. Hey, Amanda. Hope everybody's well. So you get 58 elements. So this is your little topper kit, basically. Papers. You get 5 foiled pattern papers, 31 die-cut toppers, 22 patterned papers. And this is just called Alice in Wonderland Collection. So we've done Alice in Teal, we've done the Alice stamps. I can't remember what they called that collection. If you like these kind of kits where you have all your toppers and everything there for you, everything matches, it's all done. They even kind of telling you really like the mirrored card to go with it. So if you've got any gold mirror card, you know, that would, you know, work perfectly with this. So you can see all those, these all just pop out. So just got the little pips, she says. There we go. So nice and easy. Got the little teapots. I tend to pop these all out and put them like in a little separate storage, or just keep them in the plastic with the paper pad so I know exactly what I've got there. So you've got that one. You've got this one here. So it is a lot of the images I recognise from the stamp set that we did, because I've got these images. And in fact, I think we did a tiny ephemera pack, didn't we? But they were small. So if you liked that collection, then you've got bigger. I mean, that's lovely. The big image there of the rabbit. And that's why I think I decided to use this set with the 8x8 card that I'm going to make, because I think these lovely big images are going to look really good. And the idea I want to create, I wonder if I've still got that one. Let me show you, because it is one of my favourite. In fact, I've got a couple. So I've got this card here. Those of you that, again, these are from my Facebook Live, so it's quite nice. You guys on YouTube may not have even seen these. I did that one, and I've also got, I've got it in here. I think I've swapped that all out now because it's gone up into, I think it's going up in the loft. I wonder if it's in this bag. Let me just, no, it's not in that one. No, I did a really tall brown card, and the idea is that you were looking down the rabbit hole with Alice kind of falling down. No, I think that one has gone up in the loft for now. Just put a load of bits up there, but this is using older stamps, so you can see that's that image there of her sat under the tree. It's a really fun range to use because there's so many elements to it. What have we got here? Oh, Vicky, what happened? Oh, what's happened there? Let me go back to Vicky. Sorry, there's so much chat. I can't see. Something about a dog though. Hey Vicky. Crafty Habit. Oh, have you come out? No, that's different Vicky. Oh no, it is. Sorry. I'm looking for Vicky and it's Crafty Heaven. I have a very toy dog. She's critical at the moment in the vet hospital. She's been unwell since Thursday. She had swallowed a squeaker. And we didn't know. Oh, Vicky. Oh no, I'm so sorry. She had the emergency operation yesterday, because it has been there a while. She's had to have 25 centimetres of her intestine removed. Oh, so it's travelled down through her body. Got transferred to the vet hospital now. Is awaiting. Oh gosh. Oh, thinking of you, mate. That's just shit, isn't it? It's horrible. I mean, what dog have you got? I'm very fortunate, but that doesn't mean it might never happen. Monty just doesn't eat any of those things. He literally just rips and spits out. He doesn't ingest anything. There's been little bits of fluff before, but I think that's just because it's just like got on his tongue and got stuck. But yeah, because I'm not that I don't observe him now, but I'm not as, maybe I should really, but I don't watch him as much now because I'm pretty confident that he does. I always just see all of the toy just literally all on the floor. But squeakers and stuff, because I panicked in the early days. I thought, gosh, he's going to be eating all this, but he didn't. Oh, labs aren't they? I've had labs not in my mum and dad, like our family, but within the wider family. Labradors, they are a menace, and they inhale everything, don't they? Retriever was similar, isn't it? Yeah. I think if Lou was in chat, she's got a retriever, well, her daughter's dog, and Bryson's just a liability. Oh gosh, Vicky, I really hope it all sorts out for you. Oh, that's really sad. Fingers crossed to keep us updated. So hopefully we'll take your mind off of something for a little bit anyway. So this is, that's kind of a nice style, but I want to create that kind of depth within this style card that we're going to do today. One of my Dachshunds loves squeak. Yeah, he'll squeak it, but he won't luckily at the minute, he won't put it, in like swallow it. And we've got this one here. This is nice. You've got all your big toppers ready to go there. And if you're ever, get these kind of things and you don't like these pips are actually very, very small, but if you've got a nail file, I always keep one in my stash, you can just brush just ever so slightly just over the pips. I think generally companies have got much better with them, because years ago you get really big bits, but I think most people now, or factories that do this kind of style, make sure that they're pretty, hard to see really, but that's just a little tip. And then we've got 5 foiled papers. So you've got this one here with the foiled hearts and the spades there. No, diamonds, sorry, hearts and diamonds. You've got this foiled one. And because these are 8x8, they're all going to work nicely as a background as well. So I could use any of these ones. That one there. And then you've got this one. I love that. That is gorgeous. The playing cards. Queen of Hearts. That's really fun. Hey Sam, do you have this magazine link? No, it's sold out on Craft Stash, but you'd still be able to get this in your stores. You're going to have to check like Sainsbury's, Tesco, places like that. That is lovely as well. Really fun. I think if you've got my clock face die set for the 3D standard display, that would be really nice with the clock, and then have this theme and do like a Mad Hatter's Tea Party birthday card. This is nice, and I like that they've got a white border, because that's really easy to cut out. So you could fussy cut both of those. You get 2 now of all of these ones. So these are now just your pattern papers. You've got those 2. You've got this one. You've got the roses. And then you've got Queen of Hearts again. I do like that image of her. You've got a slightly bigger version of that one with the diamond Harley Quinn kind of style background, and then you've got this one. So is that the same without the foiling? It's not that one there. Oh no, was it that one there? Oh no, it was the Mad Hatter with the foiled one. So this is such a good, for the magazine, how much is it? So I always think the magazine, when they do these kits, are always good value for money, because you're getting all your inspiration, plus you're getting all of this. That's another nice one there. So that doesn't have the foiling, but still love that. You've got your silhouette one there, again with that diamond, kind of Harley Quinn style background. And then you've got this one. Aren't they great? And you could cut all these pieces out. Some of the images on the papers are really big. You could cut those diamonds out. So there's heaps there. I never think to check Co-op, as it's the other side. Do you know, our Co-op just down the road started doing all the craft magazines again, because for a while they never had them. So So it's nice to see them back in again. It just shows there's obviously a demand and people, you know, are asking for them. Hi Sam, everyone. Oh, I'll have to take you outside as I'm painting my concrete pots. So those are the papers, and then we'll just have a little look at the inspo, and then we'll crack on with the card. Because I'm working with all of this today, it's all coloured in and kind of cut for me, so it shouldn't take me forever. She says those famous last words. Okay, right. Try and keep all that together. Like I said, I usually put them in a little pot or something. So we've got the cover card there, which is like a form of a stepper card. We've got some dioramas there as well. And it's nice because some of you say you feature in the magazine, so you have to let me know. Is anybody in this issue? We'll find you. Tesco, WH Smith, yeah, Co-op, Sainsbury's, Waitrose, all the big superstores have them. If they've got a magazine aisle, Morrison's, we're in all of those. So, and then some local news agencies for people as well. If you request it, some of your local news agencies are good. Do magazines ship from UK or China? They ship from the UK. They're all printed in the UK. I have not used my teal collection. I must use it. And then we've got your inspo. So here we go. We've got Nikki, who is the editor of Creative Stamping Magazine, but she's done a feature here. They're all those kind of dioramas or aperture styles. That one's got an aperture. Oh no, that's got a stepper style. That's a bridge fold. That's an aperture there, and then you've got that kind of stepper style. And then you get the step by step on how to make them. Got a gate fold. Oh, it's a star kind of explosion one, that one. So when you open it up, that's clever. Got quick makes as well. Some others there. Birthdays are made for tea and cake. Best wishes. Gosh, I've had about 6 coffees today, which is really bad, but I've been up since 6. And I've usually had 2 by 9 o'clock. So this is the 6th, by the way. This isn't my 7th. Refresh your spirit. Take tea with a friend. We've got some makes here. Did anybody say? I've got this magazine. It's a lovely kit. Will Craft World have the magazine? Possibly. Have a look. Sorry I'm late. Tons of love, Sam. Oh, thank you, Emma. We've got your letters here. So yeah, any pictures you make, tag them, send them in. They will see it. Lots of nice colourful cards there. Got some features from Jess. She's contributes to a lot of the magazines. Got some masculine makes there, which I think we all always kind of struggle with or ask for. People are always saying, oh, any masculine ideas? There's some nice ones there. And then Sarah Jackman Reid, she features a lot as well. So she's done some nice ones. She's done a cake topper. It's like a little banner. So she's used the pop outs there, 2 like kebab sticks on the top of the cake. This is a little table place name. And you've got a menu card. So that's really nice, using it to actually do a afternoon tea. And then you've got some little table favours, which is very sweet. Little gift bag. That's got like a little tea bag in. We've got some sweets in the Mad Hatter's hat. And just have a little quick look. Got some more nice makes. That's pretty. I like that. You've had 2 copies. It's cracking in the mic. I would say that's your output, Deborah. How you're hearing it is from your output. So that won't be anything to do with me, I'm afraid. These are stunning cards. That is so pretty. By Michaela Tithridge. That's really pretty. I've done that before. That's the Garden Gate style card that I've shared. In fact, that tutorial was really popular as well. There's our Katharina. Got some stamps there. I think, who's that by? Is it Waffle? Yeah, Waffle Flower. I've seen them a lot. So, I mean, there's tons. I won't show the rest really, because it's nice to just have a few little surprises. But there is so many more pages. Page 15. Oh, some more makes with the kit. I'll show you that one. There we go. This is by Jen McKean. She's the editor. Rocker card's good. And then it's a good one with like the scraps. So she's done like a tile effect. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so hopefully that's just helped those of you that like to have a little bit more of a look inside these things. But we'll start the card now and I can start using that more. Oh, Michaela is a very good friend. Is she? Ah, nice. It's nice when you see your friends and stuff feature. Right, what colour? What colour card base should we do? Because I've been doing white card, but I'm wondering whether if we choose a background and then kind of work from there, I guess. I do love that teal. I love that colour, but I think it's going to be a bit busy because I'm going to put like the ephemera pieces, so I think I need more of a plain background. Even something like that. That one. Let's have a little look at these pieces. Because I want to have... Probably going to put the acetate in between the layers on this one like I did on the 5x7. So if you imagine, I want all these little bits. That one, like the queen. And I'm doing thank you cards, so I think we'll have that. That's my chair. It's nothing else, it's my chair. The teacup. Another butterfly. We've got to feature Alice. She can maybe be at the back. I'm probably going to use all the toppers just in this one card. But then I've got the stamps, which will work really well then for me to use those papers. So I'll probably put the papers away with the stamps. Because we've got an 8x8 size. If we go, actually saying that colour, I'm not sure now. Let's see, what was the other one that was a bit lighter? See that one? And it already features the rabbit. So if we imagine, although you won't see the bottom part because that's where the bars will be. I know I need to order a chair, but I've got to order a patio. I've got to do some other bits first. Right, so if you imagine that's going to be the background, we could have then Alice will be on one of the kind of other levels on some acetate. Then we could have the Queen on another one. The thank you could be right at the front. Kind of, this is all going to be, you know, set back and in front, and you know, bits like this. All looks a bit busy when it's just laid out, but it's obviously going to look very different. There's some florals. Little crown. They're both facing that way. If he was that way, that would have been quite good. Get the other little butterfly there. Well, I got this one off of Bar Stools UK, and it was only like £30, which I was really surprised at. So I'm going to go back onto that website, Bar Stools UK or barstools.com or something like that. But it's yeah, it's done well considering I sit on it for like 8 hours a day. Okay, take all those off. What other one we got? Done that one. Done that one. So that's all of the kind of pictures, all the rest of your sentiments. So I could also, if it does get a bit too much, I could do hello instead of thank you. So we have a smaller sentiment and more of the images. She'll see. Just got to pop all these out now. I've started doing it. I need them all out. Could have hello my friend. So that's quite nice. Teal or pink. We could make a background. We don't have to, you know, like ink it all up. We don't have to use those papers. But I kind of want to because it's all part of the kit. When you can't look on the bright side, I will sit with you in the dark. Oh, isn't that nice? That is a really nice, do you know what I could have done with that? I've got a friend who's just lost her mum. And popped over yesterday with some flowers and a card, and I wrote my own words, but that is actually just says exactly what I wanted to tell her. Oh, thank you, Beth. Yeah, hit that like button, guys. Drop me a like, drop a comment, that good stuff. And there's the pink. I don't know. What do we think? We've got the hearts. We've got the queen. So we could have her in the back. Except they're two. I think she's going to be right on the front, because it's always like this is in her brain, you know, in her dream. She's kind of looking down into it. So I think I'll have that on the very front. So let's go for, I'll park that for the minute. What teal have I got that's going to work well with that? I don't think I've got any left of my lovely teal, because I used it for a launch a while ago and I've never replaced it. So I reckon I'm going to have to go for a pink. Something a bit deeper. See, that's the euphoric pink. Which does go really nice. So I'm going to need one piece for the back, and then all the bars. The longest bar will be, I'll have to work that out in a second, but I won't be able to cut it all from the same piece, so just take those two. Yeah, I think that will work nice. That one's a bit more redder. Oh, actually, I think I prefer the slightly redder one. It goes better with her. It's more of a hot pink around her. I think that's thinner. Hold on, that's not going to work. And that's a different one altogether. That would work for the back. I don't know, with the bars on, and then I'll mat and layer. Actually, no, I think that'll be fine. I'm going to go for that one instead. Okay. Yes, this is issue 270 of Simply Cards. Yeah, Simply Cards and Papercraft. Try and put everything back so I use it. Right, let's go with that. And then we can go from there. So that's roughly what we want to do. So again, anybody new, I'm just going to go through all the measurements first and cut them myself, and then I'll go back over them and give you all the measurements, just so that you don't make any mistakes. Let me make the mistakes. I'm pretty okay with this style now. And then I think we'll do one more size, and then that's the end of that little mini series. What's the last size do you think I should do? Should we do a C6, like I said, or a tiny A2 style? It's up to you. Right, so you want to cut one piece of 8x8. Yes, brand new, Jeanette. What's the most recent one on the shelves? I think it came through my door last week. Hi, Laura. Right, and then we need to do, now, how do I want to do, if I do the thicker ones, I quite fancy doing a few deeper shaped. Just wondering now whether to do, no, I think we'll do that. I'm going to carry on. Sorry, I'm talking out loud a minute just because I'm trying to plan out. I think I'm going to do 1.5. 1.5, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a 5-inch, and that's pretty good. Let's do 1.5. 1.5, and it'll be 8 by, so it's going to be 8, so it'll be 9. Right, let's just try that one first. Hi Sam, could you tell me where the card you made with the records is, as I can't find any card with the records. Well, all the tutorials when I'm uploading them go on to Made to Surprise, so that's where it will be. So if we do half and half, and then I need to decide on, I think two and two, give you a 4-inch middle section, or 1.5 and 1.5. Maybe, oh, what should we do? That's one, let's just check these. What do I do on that one? 1.5 or 1.5. So do 1.5 on both of those. We do 1.5 again. So 1.5. But you could do anything really. Again, I'm going to go back over all these measurements, so it's just me kind of thinking out loud. So then if I do half and then 1.5, half and then 1.5. Let's just see how that's going to look. I'm watching Just Quiet in the background today as one of them days of your, oh, no worries, Rach. So that one will be like that. Yeah, that's a nice big opening. The next one I'm going to drop down. I'm going to do the tiered pieces kind of staggered as well, so a little bit different, a bit like the clouds last week. And then half and 1.5. Thanks, I'm not great for mags here in Poole. We'll look in Wales when I go to Dad's. Tesco and Asda and Sainsbury's don't. Oh, do they not? I was right by Poole over the weekend. I was on my way. I always drive through Dorchester and then down to Ringwood. So I was at the big roundabout where it says "Welcome to Poole," and then I went left and carried on. Right, so we've got that one. Now this one I'm going to drop down to 2, and then the back one will be 2.5. Now I'm going to drop down by half an inch for these ones. So that was 1.5, so 2. And 2. And then these are going to be, so what was that one? That length was 9. So this length is going to be 8. You've got to work backwards now. So these are going to have half. I'll do it that way because that's these scoreboards are good, but this side, if you flip it or push the cards that side, is to give you the perfect lid for a gift box. So if I go that way, it gives me my half will be slightly smaller, so I need to flip it. And then 1.5 again that way. And 1.5. Just see if that one's okay. Sam, is the launch on Friday for the new collection? Do we know the name of the new website? Yeah, it was email went out, so it's Craft World. Email went out yesterday. So it's kind of like a bit of a soft kind of shout about it because we'll be doing all that on Friday. But the collection launches, again, if you're following me on Facebook, I put a post out this morning, but I need to put a post out on YouTube. But yeah, so it's always a Friday. And Craft World is going to be the new home, but not the Craft World as you know it. It's all been revamped. My local newsagents will order a magazine in for me, so maybe try that for me. Oh, that's an idea. No, still no update, I'm afraid, Jeanette. Still no update. So it's still 145% tariff. So my collection would cost you what you would usually pay for a full collection, plus 145% tariff on top of that. And nobody wants to pay that. And I don't want anyone to pay that. So that's where we are at the minute. So until we get it to a level that we think, okay, we're going to have to suck it up, and then it's up to you guys if you want to buy it. We just got to, yeah, keep going as normal. So, yeah, the launch, sadly, obviously won't be for the US this time, which is really frustrating, and I promise you none of us want this to happen. But it's yeah, it's just one of those things at the minute. It's not just us though, there are lots and lots of people that have had to kind of hold shipping to the US. So that was 9, 8, so this is going to be 7 by 2. Let's see if I've got a big enough piece of scrap without having to cut in to another piece of card. It's a different colour. I'm going to have to do. You haven't had an email. Well, I double checked because they emailed out to all the Craft Stash people. So, but otherwise, just go to Craft World and you'll see it there, and you can subscribe, and then you'll get your notifications, your email notifications daily, like before. 1.5. Yeah, I've still got more tutorials. I've got 2 more to upload. Again, I'm just a bit of a one-man band at the minute, and with me having that week off for Nan, I'm a bit behind, so it will all come. Right, that one's going to go behind. Yeah, so we've got that really fun effect. Let's have a look at this one. That was the other colour. What's that one? Slightly 2 different tones. You probably can't really notice it. Yeah, anyone who's not got the emails, you're best going to Craft World. It's craftworld.com. No, craftworld.co.uk. You'll see it. Pop in Craft World, you'll know the one. It'll have me right on the front in a pink top. And it will pop up with enter your email. So if you just do that, then you're definitely in the group, you're in the gang. And then, what did I say? This would be 2.5. 2.5 by 7. Okay. I think that is everything, and it's all looking like it's going to work. Oh, I wanted it. Let's just pop in like so. Yeah, there we go. So that's how it's going to look. All right. So you're going to want to cut yourself a piece of 8 by 8. So write this down. These are the exact measurements now. So write this down, or if you're crafting along, yeah, piece of 8 by 8, and you're going to score at 1.5 and 6.5. Okay, that's your back panel, and then you just want to fold and burnish, and it will be like so. All right, then you want to cut yourself 2 pieces of 9 by 1.5, and along the long side you're going to score at 1/2 and 2 at each end. So 1/2 and 2, and then rotate 1/2 and 2. Okay, 2 pieces. And then for the middle tier, you'll want 2 pieces of 8 by 2, and it's the same scoring again. So along the long side, you're going to score at 1/2 and 2, and then rotate 1/2 and 2. Okay. And then for the bigger tiers, the ones in the very back, you want 2 pieces of 7 by 2.5, and along the long side you're going to score again 1/2 and 2, and again 1/2 and 2. Okay, does anybody need me to repeat those score lines? There's usually a few of you that will drop the measurements in the chat if anybody asks, but that's it. Now we put it together and decorate. So again, a lot of these lives from when we were over on Facebook, I basically make the designs live with you, so there may be mistakes. So I always try and do it first hand, and then I'll say to you, right, these are the correct measurements, but sometimes it does still change again. So yeah, watch and craft along with caution, I would say. I'm watching on the big TV, but have you on the computer so I can comment, and they are slightly out of sync. Oh, are they? Yeah, I've used to find, I think my iPad is a little bit delayed than if I'm on my phone, possibly. Can't remember, one of them, but I've noticed that before. Sam, do you know if they'll be adding paper? That side of it, I don't have anything to do with. At the bottom, it will have a list of all of our payment options on the bottom of the website. So just check there. If it's not, it might be one of those things that it just comes in time, so it may well be added later. I'm not sure. I don't know how that all works, I'm afraid. I thought PayPal was an option for you, because when I go to pay for anything, I've got the option to pay through PayPal. For me, is a source that I pay through. It's not what's available on the website from the company, if that makes sense. ClearPay, Klarna, things like that, that is something that we add, but I was always under the impression that PayPal is what you have, and it's an option that you bring up your end. Am I wrong? I just thought that's how it was. So I always make sure I pay for everything online through PayPal, for my own security. Right, so what do we think? This one on the back? The rabbit will be kind of on the side. I'm going to trim these down. I'm probably going to trim right through his face. In fact, I am. Oh no, it's going to go right through his face. Imagine it'll be like there, so we can probably get away with that. So I want to cut myself 2 pieces of 1 3/8 by 7 7/8. Again, very, very thin border, so I can get to enjoy most of this paper. So I'm going to trim to the 7 7/8 first. Oh, so this is just under 8 by 8, because that is 7 7/8. Just taking a little bit off. I guess it's quite handy really, because you do always cut a bit off when you do your mats and layers. So this one's kind of already short. Oh, 7 7/8. Let me just check. Oh yeah. Okay, so then 1 and 3. 1 and 3. Poor rabbit. And then I want to make sure I do the middle section, so that joins straight on, will be 4 7/8. Right on that bit there. 4. And then 1 and 3. That's good. It's very little waste. And that's some layers. Mr. Rabbit. The company has to accept PayPal as a payment option. You can't use it. Oh, okay. Just, I don't know anybody that doesn't then. Because I always use PayPal. That's my chosen way of paying. I guess, I don't know then. Maybe it'll be set up later. So I'm going to have that one. That one still works. It still looks good. That one. And then my largest layer will still, yeah, so you still get to see him. Stick these down first. I'm going to use the construction glue because the pink cardstock is, I think it's like a 180, this one that I'm using. It's not the Craft Stash Euphoric one, it's another one that I've got. It's just very light. But by the time I add these mats and the construction glue, it will strengthen that all again. So how is everyone? How's your weekend been? But I've not spoken to her for ages. Oh, thanks, Avril. Appreciate it. Looks fab already, even though Mr. Rabbit was. Just that nice little pink border. Just coming through. Yes, this is the magazine issue 270 of Simply Cards and Papercraft. Yeah, I put everything through PayPal as then you have the buyer protection as well. Yeah. It does work. So there's been a couple of occasions when I've had to, you know, they've asked for that and it's been fine. It's almost like, so it's like paying with a credit card, you know, you get that instant protection. Okay. Yep. And then we start to stick these down. So you want to start with your two smallest pieces in terms of, you know, when they're folded down. So the 1/2 inch on each edge is to be folded under because that's your tab. Okay, just give that a good burnish. In fact, burnish all of them now before you stick it in. And these could be shaped. Like I said, I've done the cloud shape one last week. It's entirely up to you. You can't reply to a comment, only a person. Oh yeah, they're great, aren't they, Jeanette? I loved making those. Look pretty again. Hey Shannon. Has no one been up to much? Surely somebody's done something at the weekend. How many of you were just crafting? Probably everyone. Right, so your thinnest ones are going to be your last ones to stick down, and then the next size down will go in between, so the middle ones, and then the smallest are the first ones. So you want to add your glue. I'm going to use the quick grab glue. So you want to cover your tabs. You can do both at the same time or one at a time. I'll show you, just do the one side first. Now, always have your tabs folded under. These two score lines are what you're going to line up with these score. Oh, no, hang on. No, what have I done? Why do I feel like I've done something wrong? What have I done wrong? No, because that will go on there, so that's correct. Oh no, they're meant to be half and half. See, this is where I did do a mistake. So those ones are right. So you got to reduce. See, so I made a mistake already. So again, apologies if you've cut wrong. It's you know, you need to take an insurance out when you watch me. So we'll have to redo these ones because they should be just half. To be fair, you could put them in, but then they're not going to pop out properly behind that. They're going to be too proud. All of these are going to be, this panel will touch all three of them where they're meant to be set back. The lengths are fine and the widths are fine. It's just the scoring. So I'm going to have to change it. These first two are correct. Your largest ones, so your 9 by 1.5 are correct. Sorry, but it is what happens, I'm afraid. These are always like my test one. Yeah, I thought I had it. I thought I'd nailed it, but I didn't. Right, so I need, what are these again? So 2.5. If I can get all of this again from here. So ignore what Avril perks, it's wrong. Not Avril, but she's just gone by what I said, but it's wrong. And then 2 and 2. Oh, perfect. 2 and 2. Right. It's not too bad. You should have it from your last piece of A4, because you would have cut from 2 pieces of A4, so you shouldn't be cutting into any extra card, at least. Right. So let me just double check what I'm doing here, because I don't want to confuse. So you need to do half and half. Half and no, I haven't done those lengths. Gosh, right. I'm just going to go quiet a minute while I make sure I'm doing this right. Right, 8. Yeah, it's literally just the scoring that's wrong. All the sizes of the pieces are correct, so just repeat those same cut sizes. It's just the that was 8, and then that one will be 7. Yeah, it's just the scoring. Right, let me get rid of those. They will confuse me. There'll be some now that have cursed me and been like, right, I'm watching that woman again. She made me waste my card. I am sorry. Alright, so half and half, so that's correct. Instead of 1.5, we do 1. And then 1. Should have remembered, because you're staggering them, but because I staggered these bits, I forgot to stagger the score lines as well. And nobody pulled me up on it. Oh, good. If you haven't scored, then you're okay. Right, so, okay. Go start from the beginning again. So you want 2 pieces of 9 by 1.5, and you're going to score at half and 2. Okay. They're your outer top panels. Then for your middle ones, you'll want 2 pieces of 8 by 2, which you would have already had. This is all the same, but this time you want to score at half and 1.5. So you're dropping that, where we scored at 2 on that one, you're coming in half an inch. So we just got to drop down each one. So half and 1.5, and again at the other end, half and 1.5. Do that twice. And then the smallest ones are going inside the very back. These are 7 by 2.5, and this time you're going to score at half and 1. So hopefully when you've done all yours, you'll see how that looks. You're just dropping those score lines in by half an inch, so half and 1 at each end. Well, no one swore at me yet. We went to Coniston last week, gardening today. Oh, where's Coniston? Never heard of that. It is only paper. But it's not only paper if it's the last piece in that colour. There you go, Avril's put the new ones in. Thanks, Avril. Right, let's start again. So, those ones middle, right. Smallest ones again, so the ones where you just scored at half and 1, okay. My glue. Now, going back to when I said about the score lines, because this is where it threw me. So you'll have your 1/2 inch will always be folded in, and then in this case you've got another 1/2 inch facing you, but these 2 score lines will line up with these score lines here, so you want to sit it either side. So I'm just going to line this up to the top of the card itself, which is nice and flush, and you'll see it's folded up to that fold. See how that folds over? Again, just always keep that folded under, and you know that the other 2 score lines, you just need to line up with the score lines on here. Peak District in August. Oh, nice. I went to the Peak District in school many years ago. In fact, it was primary school, and I haven't been up that way since. The Lake District is beautiful. So it would be nice to add pattern paper onto this, but it would look busy. But I think if you were doing another different theme, then that would look nice. So now this one, you're going to do the same, but on the bottom. So, hey everyone, thank you for joining. So you can do the glue now at both ends if you want. Just keep them both tucked under, and just make sure that those score lines line up with these score lines. With your bottom one, make sure it is flush with the bottom, doesn't stick out, otherwise your card's going to topple over. Just make all those score lines really crisp. Okay, and then you're going to take your next ones, again fold in the 1/2 inch tabs only, and then you'll have these 2 score lines, and again if you do a dry run you'll see those score lines, those folds sit on top of this one, just line them up, and the tabs will just clip on the edge like so. Hey Karen, you on your break? I've been there a few times. Off to Keswick next week. Hope the weather is good. Oh, is that where this Coniston is in the Lake District? Oh, sorry, I've just seen. I thought you said Connie Ton Isley. Just realised. I thought you were replying to someone first when I saw the Connie, so I just didn't read it properly. But okay, got you. Yeah, I'd like to get out there. We were actually talking when I was driving back at the weekend. I'd like to do a bit more of the New Forest again, because we did that a lot as kids. And obviously driving so close and almost through parts of it. When I go and visit my nan, yeah, we were like going to try and stop off and do a little bit more with the journey. I just stopped off at Hedge End on the way back, and Dorchester at the garden centre, or Poundsbury. It's a lovely garden centre which we've stopped at for years. But I wouldn't mind stopping. We need to try and come back on a Saturday and go earlier in the week, because everything's closed really on a Sunday. And Bridport's really good on a Saturday, and the last Sunday or the last Saturday of the month I think they do an antiques fair. There's just so much going on. We want to stop at Salisbury and do a different route back, stop at Poole, like do all kinds of different, just to try kind of make the most of it really. Makes the journey, although it's a lovely journey to be fair, it's such a nice drive, so scenic, and it's something I've always done. I know that drive like the back of my hand. Didn't do it with my eyes shut. Oh, thank you Karen, appreciate it. So does this make sense? I mean, most of you have probably already seen the other sizes, but again, if anybody is new, hopefully, it's, you know, once you understand the workings of it, it's a very easy one to adjust the depths of these. You don't have to have as many as I have. They could be, you know, in mirrored card, in acetate, you could do all sorts with it. can't wait to see your new launch. Shared a lot of sneak peeks, so I'm hoping from the, you know, what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? When you like something, what's the word I'm looking for? The response. I'm hoping that the response I've been getting is reflected with the sale, with the launch when it goes on sale. These Hexagon cards have proven quite. Yeah, they have. There's loads in the group. I was saying earlier, Karen, there's been some really lovely ones being shared. Ah, yeah, she loved it, Maria. She had a couple of birthdays because she celebrated when we were up there, and then her official birthday was yesterday on the bank holiday Monday. So she had that celebration with my aunt and her sister, because we just didn't want to drive back on the bank holiday because it's notoriously not a good day to travel, and it was just nice for them to have a little bit of time as well with other people. It's quite a lot for my nan, so right. How cool does that look? You could just have this at the bottom as well. And we were saying this kind of style is quite good for like a theatre style card. You could do like an Olympics, like podium style. Just loads of scope with this. I think that's why it's so popular, because there is just endless possibilities with this. I went from Pompey to Ringwood at the weekend to visit my sister and family for a couple of birthdays. Ah, yeah. I hate that M27 bit though, with all the bloody 50 and 40 miles per hour. It's been like that for years and nothing's changed. It's terrible. The M27 is horrible. Hate motorways at the best of times. Ugh. No, not my favourite part. I'm always glad to get off the motorway and back on. Although I always say it's wacky races when you get off that M27 and you go through, like, you know, the New Forest kind of part and your approach to Ringwood. It's and you go through like the moors. It's like wacky races. Everybody's just going at it, and I'm like, oh, get me off with this. I don't like it. And then whenever we get to like Toll Puddle and Troy Town, I always say I feel like I'm going into like Noddy, like episode of Noddy, because it sounds like the kind of towns they'd have in a Noddy programme, cartoon. Horrible, isn't it, Deb? Awful. And when I've got my mum with a imaginary brake next to me, I'm like, just chill out. And I am a very good driver, believe it or not, but she'll say that as well. But yeah, she's there like with her foot in the footwell, pretending to brake. It looks like one of those stands at a fair, like Hook the Duck. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, no, it does. Noddy. Now that's the name I haven't heard in years. Well, yeah, if you go through you got Puddle, or yeah, Town, Puddle, I think it is. Toll Puddle, Troy Town. For some reason I'm seeing Art Deco. Yeah, no, I get that as well. Like I said, this could be any shape you want. It doesn't have to be a straight edge. So we did the clouds on last week's card, which is why I think these work really well doing little mini series, because it gives me a chance to kind of try out some of these styles. You can see the clouds there. I think the C6 one I'm going to do with grass, because I really want to do like some rolling hills and some grass shape on the bottom, and maybe some clouds on the top again, and we'll do a little scene with that. And then we're going to add, yeah, I think acetate to this one, just because, well, maybe I might not need to actually, think, because how close that comes together in the middle. So I could have the thank you kind of hanging off of that one. In fact, yeah, we can start to decorate really now. Yeah, so yeah, I think it's going to be great. Piddle Trentide as well. Just so funny. I mean, I love the going all along the, when you after that. No, that's Jurassic Coast is after Dorchester, and my favourite village is Chinnick. It's all thatched cottage, and there's a rose cottage there as well. Oh. And Dorset biscuits. It's just all my childhood. Hundreds, if not probably thousands of times that we have driven and gone past that. So, Yeah, love it. Yeah, the fa la 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 la. I think this would be the card style for that card this year. So she will look good there. I think I want to do some embossed layers just to strengthen these because they are flimsy. I think if I emboss in the same pink and just layer it up, that'll give it some interest and also strengthen it. So we could do her, or we could take that out and we could start to have, they won't quite, I'm just having to move them a bit so they can stay there while I lay it out. We could have hello my friend on acetate there, or on the very top one. Maybe one bit of acetate, and then all these bits are just going to kind of, you know, be suspended and stuck. And all different bits. I could have some string coming down from that one. We can have little butterflies attached. I love the names. I know, they're funny, aren't they? Yeah, Moore's biscuits. Used to get loads of those. Used to always stop. Remember Dad always getting out. We'd always stop, get the biscuits, and then have them to take to Nan's. Oh, it's because it gets too hot, Lynn, and I can't change it. That is boiling hot. So when it does get too cool, I'll put it back on again. But I've had to take it off now because it's been getting, when it's been right down here, I've been getting it and like necking it. I've been nearly burning myself. It's like it's almost too hot. I need a little like thermostat on it so I can like say this is the temperature I'd like it to stay. That would be an awesome. What's that, Karen? I'm seeing those pigs as a holiday. Oh, the pigs. Yeah. I've lost all my Papercraft Society digipapers. Where can... Oh, gosh. I think, sadly, I don't think you can get them anymore because they would take them down after a while because of, obviously, storage and stuff. So, unless you can find the downloads under the Craftware, but I don't think... they're on there. I don't think they've carried it over. Maybe worth you dropping an email to Craft Stash, just seeing if there's any way that they could maybe send you a link that hold them all and you could download them that way. But I honestly don't know. That's a lot. That's going to be a big file and a lot of work, so I'm not sure. But by the sounds of it, I'll be gutted. Yeah, that's not great. So yeah, something like that. I could add in other little bits, like little gems that I've got. I think that looks quite cute. It's hard for you to see it that way until we start adding in the layers. So I'm going to cut my pieces of pink again to go onto these. So if you want to do mats and layers, you're going to want to cut yourself, for the very back ones, 2 pieces of 2 1/4 by 4 3/4. Let me write this down because I want to remember them myself. So times 2, 2 1/4 by 4 3/4. Yeah. So these ones are 1. That's 2 1/2. Yeah. Oh, so it's 1 3/4. Yeah. 1 3/4 by. Oh, so that's the same 5. So 4 3/4, and then this will be 1 1/4. Yes, they drop down by 1/2 inch. 1 1/4 by 4 3/4. And then the side pieces will be 2 pieces of, so they're squared, so 1 1/4 squared. And then that'd be 3/4 by 1 1/4. No. Gosh, when you've got too many measurements, 1 3/4. And then this will be 1/4 by 2 1/4. Okay. I hold that up, you can take a screenshot. They're the measurements if you want to do your mats and layers. Alright. My nan lives in Havant, so in Portsmouth. Takes 3 hours, just over on a good day, with no traffic. But 3:20, 3.5 normal really. But it's taken before way longer. If there's an accident along that A road, A35, or tractors and stuff, then it can be longer. But most of the time it's just over 3 hours. But we always usually stop. Right, probably use most of these pieces. So that one. That's when all this pink's just a little bit different. I'm probably gonna have to use another one. Thanks, Avril. You don't need to do this. Thank you, though. Appreciate it. Let's see. I want to emboss. Should I emboss first and then cut? Because if I emboss just a piece of 8x8, then that have everything I need. Now, which embossing folder should I use for this one? We need something that's busy to fill the space, but something that's going to go with the theme. So let me just grab my folders. You're typing it down. Oh, yeah. Or are you working with it? Right. Let's see which one pops out. So we've got linen, tartan, brick wall, ditzy print, wooden fence, bold lines, retro pattern, holly, won't use that one, retro lines, then we've got clouds, balloons, music notes, bubbles. For me, it's ditzy or bubbles, I think. Yeah. I think I'm going to go ditzy. Always comes in, doesn't it? Always ditzy, always comes out well. Right. Get this embossed first of all. Yeah, I like Bridport. So the few times I've stopped there, most of it's shut 'cause it's been a Sunday, but we have stopped on a Saturday before, years ago, and there was a nice market. Lots of like little independent shops. My mum likes the bakery there. Is it called Rise? It's by the garage, just as you kind of leave in Bridport. I want to say it's called Rise. Why can I not think what it's called? I'm going to do that again because it feels like, again, this plate isn't the best. If I flip that over. Always a good shout, isn't it, the ditzy one? Right, let's make sure I cut this correctly. So, get rid of that end first. Oh, has anybody been watching Teacup? I found it by accident. It's got the girl who plays Serena from Handmaid's Tale in it. And I don't mind it. I actually think it's quite good. I'm watching that. I've been watching Mobland, Handmaid's Tale. I quite like, because I can watch a few at the minute, because they're doing like, you know, they release them like weekly. Whereas when I binge watch things, I kind of, yeah. Yes, that's it, Jeanette. is good again. I've never watched Mel practice. Right, so we got 2 1/4, so 4. So 4 3/4. So if I do those ones first, because they can be for the tiny ones. 4 3, so we've got 2 1/4. Oh, actually, why am I thinking I would get it all cut from one piece? Of course I won't. 2 1/4. 2 1/4. And then 1 3/4. Keep that for some smaller bits. So 1 3/4. And 1 3/4. And keep that one. And then let me tick off what I've done. So I've done that one and that one. I'll get 2 of those out of this one, but I can get 2 1/4. I get the thin ones. 2 1/4 by 1/4. Actually, I could do that from that one, couldn't I? Trying to just save as much as I can. Oh, that's going to be silly. I can't even get like this is good, but it's quite thick, so I'm going to have to work backwards to get the 1/4 inch. Yeah, because I need four pieces of, no, hang on a minute, 1 2, yeah, 4 pieces of each of these, so 1/4, so I'm going to have to go that way, the 1/4. I'm going to stick these down as I cut them just so I don't forget what I'm doing, because there's a lot of pieces here. Right. Let's just do these and those bits first. And I love the Season of Broken Wood Mysteries on Acorn. Oh, I've never heard of that. I don't recognise Acorn as a channel here in the UK. I could be wrong. I don't recognise any of that. I began the one that got away on BritBox. I like it very much. Oh, okay. I like medical ones. Yeah, what was the other? Oh, there's another. I watched Havoc with Tom Hardy. I thought it was absolutely horrendous. I thought it's one of his worst movies he's ever made. Just non-stop fighting, just guns. Just went on and on and on. I totally switched off, and yeah, thought it was terrible. He is obviously lovely, but no, bad movie. Just too much. It just went on and on and on. It was loud as well. I felt like the volume was just going up on its own. Felt like a proper moaner. I was like, oh my god. But then I told my mum and dad, and my mum agreed. And she said, no, we thought it was quite bad really as well. No, sorry Tom, not one of your best ones, that one. Acorn is on UK. I've never heard of it. Never ever heard of it. So again, this is new, adding mats and layers for me, so you'd really probably find it easier to do these before you stick it down. We often find easier ways of doing things when we make the cards this way, but it's how we learn. Is that the one with, is it Penelope Cruz or Salma Hayek that plays her? I get those two mixed up sometimes. I want to say it's Penelope Cruz that plays her. Because it's older. It's an old movie, isn't it? It's not like new. This will just really strengthen this whole card. I always say with Kalau, you're always going to notice it the next day. You go and look at your cards, they're just like rock hard. obviously quite delicate. Why have I just given myself the most fiddliest job? Thankfully, all those bits are going to be so quick to stick on. It's going to take the whole 2 hours just building the card because I've decided to use and cover every part of it. I watched quite a lot of Korean dramas, but rewatching on Netflix SWAT. I like, there's quite a few, I think because I lived in Asia, I've watched quite a lot of Asian shows. I don't mind like the subtitles and things like that, it doesn't bother me. Some of them are really good. A couple of their dramas, like detective shows and stuff, are really good. I don't really see a lot of this anyway. Oh, has she got? I've just seen that one saying, yeah, I hope it's all good with the rats. Is Simone here? She's been very quiet. I've seen Benita, but I've not seen Simone. No one watched Teacup? I haven't seen anyone mention it. Oh goodness. Thankfully, this is all kind of hidden. It does look nice though. Just these thin ones. I like a good whodunit. But I watched, oh that was it, I watched Another Little Favour. I've watched A Little Favour. Was it the one with her from, oh what's her name? From Pitch Perfect. And Ryan Reynolds' wife, Blake Lively, who I don't really like as a person, but I watched some of her films. Oh my god, the first one was quite funny, but the second one, though, I don't think it was needed. It was terrible. Really bad acting as well. It's only fiddly because of I've got these on top. If you'd stuck them down before, then it'd be better. Probably doesn't look any different to you on the screen either because it's just pink on pink. Amanda, she was doing the gardening another day. Everyone's probably already seen this, but watching an oldie, The House of Elliot, two clothing designer sisters. But no, I've not heard of that one. Slim Cards. No, not heard of that one either. To be fair, I don't think I've got. No, I don't have BritBox. You got to pay for that. Is it like Netflix and stuff? I think I've had it before. I think I had it when I was abroad. And I used my VPN because I was able to catch up on a lot of, it might not be the same no more, but I was watching like soaps and stuff. I'm sure that's how I was watching it, was BritBox. Can't remember now. Right, so what ones did I say? Yeah, so I can use these. So the sides, 1 3/4. 3/4. A few of you saying about House of Elliot. Let's have a look into that one. I'm going to finish Teacup, and then, yeah, like I said, I'm enjoying Mobland. Oh, God, 2 more. I don't even notice stuff like that. things, tiny details like that don't bother me. Two more. What was that one again? 1 3/4. 3/4. See, that's what happens when you watch it on a big screen. See, if you didn't, you wouldn't notice. Nearly there. But I did need to do it. I said it was a bit too flimsy, the cardstock. Right, what's my last ones? Is that going to be... Oh, how come that's a perfect fit? That's a bit of a fluke, isn't it? Yeah, 4 3/4 by 1 1/4. I'm going to cut those other bits of scrap and use those. I'm not cutting into a fresh piece of paper for the last few bits. Let's do, so that one goes that way, that one goes that way, this one's going to go this way. I'm going to do them all random now. Looking good though, looks really nice. And yeah, nice and big. Make sure I do it the right way up though when I'm going to stick it down. Well, I know how close you've got me on those bloody great big screens. So yeah, this one goes that way, that way, that way. This way goes this way, this way. They all go the same. They go that way, that way, that way. There's kind of like a pattern on each layer. It'll be covered up, most of it. You won't even really notice it. Well, you guys will, but that's you guys. Right, I'm going to cut the last pieces and then emboss them. They'll probably be crooked then, so that I'll add even more to those of you that have OCD with these kind of things. Might have the odd crooked one as well. So bad. Winding you up. Right, so what was that one? 4 3/4. 4 3/4. So that's that one. And then we've got 2 1 1/4 squared. Or 4, sorry, 1 1/4 squared. And then 2 1/4 by 1/4. I know I should have cut that all together, but never mind. And I didn't even need to cut that many because I've got to go back. It's the only thing with this trimmer, like I said, it's not easy to get your finger Didn't have any other really tiny ones, did I? No, they weren't going to work. Because that has to be a quarter, I'm going to just emboss. I'll emboss 2 to be on the safe side, and then I'll trim them. Mind you though, they might get broke. Because it's a thin, the reason why the ditzy prints, they're coming apart is because it's a thin card being embossed. Like I said, it's about 180, which if you emboss 180, it generally will rip on the design. So actually I think I do need to cut these, otherwise I'll be putting too much pressure on them. Quarter, can't get that one to be sure, so we'll do another one. Right, 4, 4 and 1. See how straight I can keep them. Don't hold out for these being that straight. Oh, hang on a minute. No, I don't need them. Why did I think I need them? I don't even need them. No one told me. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1. That's it. Right. Let me do these. Why did I think I needed those? Okay. Your comments too late, Deb. I think the comments must be delayed then. So which way is this one going? Well, they're all going to go off that way. So the top is all going in the right direction, but the bottom's a little bit more of a chevron design. Morning, Joanne. What Sarah said. Afternoon, Sam, everyone. Sorry I'm late. I've been having cuddles with my new grandson. Oh, how lovely. How old is he? That's lovely. Newborn babies. Newborn baby smell. It's funny because right now Charlie, he's going to be obviously 5 next month, like 4 weeks time. And he finds it fascinating when you show him pictures of like him in his mummy's tummy. Or we talk about him, like, you go, who's that? And I go, well, that's you. When? Oh, when you were a baby. Oh, 2 weeks. Oh, that's lovely. And he's like, but this is me now. Like, and he's pointing to himself. I'm like, I know, but you were like that once. It's just so sweet. And then it's the, but why? How? He's so sweet. And he's into Marvel characters massively. Batman. He watches like the cartoons. He won't ever watch the movies yet. He's way too young for that. But he just loves the look of them. So he's got Catwoman, Batman, Superman. He's having a Marvel themed party. But then he'll love watching Paw Patrol on another day, which is quite sweet. Right, there we go. let's start sticking everything down. We've got 20 minutes. Right, so we'll do the acetate just on the back one, because that's where I'm going to have, I think the sentiment will look better on the back piece. So if I cut this to, we'll do 4 7/8, so it's that width just underneath so it doesn't catch, and then 5, as long as it can hide behind. You could do acetate on each layer if you want, but I think I only need it on that back one because I want the sentiment right in the middle. So you can see how that's going to sit. My favourite question when I was pregnant was from my friend's 4-year-old son. He saw the baby move and said, "What's that?" I said, "My baby." He said, "Can't you let him out? He wants to come out." It's so cute, isn't it? Just how their innocent little minds, it's just so sweet. I do that the right way. It's almost square, isn't it? That's the 4 7/8. Yeah, so it is that way. Okay. And they grow up weight. I know. I can't believe he's 5 next month. Like I said, he's the same age as Mate to Surprise, so it's like 4 weeks between when I launched, and because I remember thinking when I went up to launch and do it all, I thought, oh, if my sister has the baby now, I'm going to be so busy. It's all right. Just tuck it under, as long as your tape's not visible, and then just push that down. And that's how you do each layer if you want to add the acetate on each layer, but I've just got it on that back one, so that now I can pop this up on some foam, but I can have the "Hello my friend" floating in the back, which I think will look nice, and then all of these elements now are going to just all be around the sentiment. My son just turned 22, time goes way too quickly. My mum says that about me. I can't believe you're 43. Yeah, you know, I don't think my mum looks her age at all. She'll be 65 in December. And she looks late 50s, my mum, I think. I don't think she looks her age at all. I'm just going to do my little tip that I said about the tips. Just against that teal, you can see them a little bit. Okay. Yeah, if I lift it up, you should be able to see all the detail a bit easier. Unless you're Jeanette and Maria, is it? You can see all the detail. Do I have it tucked in there? But then, do you want to see the Curiouser and Curiouser? As long as nothing overhangs that side. And have Queen on the front. We have that set back. No, I think she needs to be on the front, doesn't she? My youngest has just finished her first year of uni, almost 19. My eldest 32 this year. I'm feeling old. Thank you, Shannon. People never believe me when I say how old I am. I've always looked younger. was a nightmare when I was a teen, but I love it now. Yeah, it's always good, isn't it? Sam, I'm older than your mum, and everyone thinks I'm much younger than my age. My mum used Vaseline to take her makeup off for decades, and oil of Ulay in the black bottle. But it's the Vaseline, and I swear that's why she looks good now. Years of using Vaseline on her face. Oh, hang on a minute. So I don't want that one on that side. You've got to be careful where you put your tape, because you don't want it to stick onto that part when you're decorating, otherwise it won't pop up. So just make sure that all your foam and anything sticky is always just, unless you want something stuck on the sides, but generally you're going to have everything stuck on the middle sections. The side should always be free. So just bear that in mind. That's better. So here, just nothing stuck on that side part. Foam is optional, but if you've been watching me for any length of time, you will know that I love using foam adhesive. Sam, can you turn? I don't have any control of volume, Kerry, so it will be your end. You might find you need to turn the volume up on YouTube, because there is a volume on your own YouTube as well, but I don't have any control of volume, I'm afraid. And I've been live for nearly 2 hours, and you're the first one to mention it, so I suspect it's your end. You could fussy cut the Curacao and Curacao away if you didn't want those words. Yeah, I do like it. I don't know, what do you think? Could take it off. It's quite cool. Yeah, all of you know. I'm 57 with a 33 and a 28-year-old. Kids, I'm proud of my age, and people are always. I think there's more to come. Right, let's do a clock. I've got some very cute little metal drink me tags which were sent to me, so I think I might use them on this card. I think the teapot needs to go on that side because I like having it like it's pouring. Ah. Maybe the clock can be there, teapot there. We could have the crown kind of there, and then the butterflies kind of dotted on each layer. So we could have that one, and then that one, that one. Something like that. I'll come in a little bit closer. Don't know how close that's just moving. I always use oil of Olay, and people always think my grandkids are my children. Yeah, I like the teapot on that one. Again, just small little bits of foam. They're only little bits of card. Don't need much. I've put my volume up the whole way too. Can hear no problem. Okay. Do we have the pocket watch upside down? Or does that look wrong? Because it's like the Mad Hatter and the rabbit and everything. What do we think? Let's add. This is magazine issue 270, Simply Cards and Papercraft. And this is the kit that you get in it. It's the Alice in Wonderland one. So this is the kit that we're using with all the pop outs, and that's the magazine. Yeah. Can you imagine? You go and put something on next and it's so loud. That doesn't look too bad up there. Maybe, no. I like that little butterfly on there. I'm going to just add a little glue just to the back. I've used oil cleanser for over 40 years, no wrinkles in my eyes, and I'm 61. Yeah, they say if you use it, you know, consistently, don't they? I mean, my skincare's always been pretty good, to be fair. I've always used moisturiser because I suffered with dry skin as a you know, teenager, so I have used moisturiser every single day. Sun cream as well. I've been using SPF as a moisturiser. It's a number 7 so it's like a bit of both for years, probably the last 10 years. So I've been wearing SPF every day, even in the winter, and I think they say that that's a really good thing to do as well. So like I said, I'm not bothered about growing old and looking old or whatever, but looking after your skin, I think it's different, isn't it? I'd like to think that my skin's in good condition. So she's down, she's down. Do we like that one there? So if you click on, see if I can show you it on my, if I was watching, hang on a minute. Let me come out of the chat. That's my light settings. Additional, is it under that one? How do I see it? Because I know when I watch, oh, it's because it's, I don't know, it should be able to do it on this. When I watch YouTube, there is a volume on the screen, whether it's on playback and not lives, maybe. Because I can't see it on here. But I've definitely turned the volume up and down. And on Facebook as well. Facebook, they have their volume. I can't see where it is on here. I know it's definitely there. Someone else might be able to help you out. Oh, I've lost my chat now. Where am I? It's good I've done that and now I can't find my chat. Oh, there we go. We have that one there then. Maybe overhanging a little bit more into that corner. Little glue there on that one. So, do we like that there? I don't know. Does look cool though. We get the little silver, those little tags. I can put a little bit of string on and a little bow, and that would look quite nice. Alice. Oh, I've got the little playing cards as well that Rachel sent me. So this is the old Alice. We had the ephemera, but I've got all the images here. So here are the stamped images of, you know, what I've used. I'm thinking here, oh, there are dies. Where's my little, so I've got like the little drink me. See, we could heat emboss a couple of bits in gold, mix in those. I've got, where's my little, oh, here we are, little playing cards. And here we go. Here's the ephemera. I've got the little drink me there, so I could put a little bow on that and have that somewhere down there. And then do a little fan of playing cards. These are so dinky. Oh gosh, these are tiny. Are they all red? Ah, are they blue then? I don't mind red, but I'd rather black. Oh gosh, they're going to be, I'm going to have to do them later because that's going to be so fiddly to put back in that box. In fact, I might end up putting them in a little plastic pocket because getting them back into that box is probably not going to happen. Oh, black, perfect. Right, so let's do hearts, diamonds and hearts. Oh, I don't think there are. This is only spades and clubs. Oh, of course, because they would be red. Oh, I get it. Takes me a while. Right, we'll just do the queen. Oh, we need queen of hearts, don't we? Okay, right, queen of hearts, ace of spades. Oh, that's the joker. Where's the queen? Oh, queen of... God, this is so small. I need my glasses. Where's the queen of hearts? Right, queen of hearts. She needs to be at the front. Ace of spades. Then we'll do... it don't really matter, does it? Let's do the 6 of... What's that one there? Diamonds. 8 of diamonds. And then we'll do the king of clubs. Just something, but that little fan of them can just be another little fun decoration that I can add in. Sorry, again, I know these are so small, so it's hard for you to see, but hopefully I'll get some nice pictures of it all and share them. But I love doing all these little tiny details. You could have them falling down as well on the acetate. I'm just going to do a little fan of them. That's pretty good. Just let that dry. Put a tiny bit of ribbon and some string. Let's put my hot glue on quickly for this. I brought a little speaker when I watch it on my phone now. It's on YouTube, so it's easy for the volume. Just a little bow, I think. The concentration of trying to do this tiny bow when you've got nails. It's nice to have little bits of like fabric in as well, so I could stick that actually like on there. Maybe the fan cards could go on her. Not really filling any extra space though. They were sent to me. I think they're from a Christmas cracker. Rachel in the chat, she sent them to me. Let's see what other little... Got some bigger cards there as well. I'm mixing, this is an old collection now. For anybody joining, this isn't all in the magazine. I've got the bigger ones. I know I've just made that, but those colours go really well. There's bits on the papers as well in the magazine kit that you could cut out. There's like playing cards and things like that that you could probably use. I kind of like that there. Could go back on like there. They look quite good behind her. I like something on each kind of level, but I like having some pink space as well, so it doesn't look too cluttered. That'll be set. I'll stick out a little bit then on that side. Yeah, that looks nice. It pops up in that corner. Well, the drink me reads that way, so just a little bit. I'm going to have to do the envelope for this another, well, I'll do it like later, but show you in the pictures because I've got to get going in a minute, because I've got to get on with some other bits of work. Drink me charm could have hung from the teapot. Yeah, that's cute. I want to put some of the string behind that though, so it looks like it's pouring water. Might attach it down to her flowers actually, that would be nice. I can just have it like hanging across the card. Just do a few strands of this. And find the end. There's no real end to this, there's just so many different bits that come off of it. Should be the same distance when it's flat, yeah, to when it's popped up. Oh, thank you, Lynn. Quite a few people say that. I think it's the original Alice that people aren't keen on. The modern Alice, like the Disney fairy tale that we know, is very cute, and the cute bunny and everything, the cute rabbit, it's all. But the original Alice is actually quite like sinister, you know. And obviously these are the original illustrations because they're now over the 100 years. Yeah. 100 years, isn't it, from copyright to then being able, like, it's public domain. That's why you see it in a lot of places now. And then if I have this a little bit kind of spread out over the flowers, just kind of behind. Kind of getting it in place. Glue more on my finger than actually on the stuff. Let's go into the last stages of the sparkly bobbin. We were saying before, Carol, there's so much. I don't think I'll even get through it in my lifetime. In fact, I could probably give it all out to all of you as well, and it still lasts me forever. There we go. I don't want it looking like, to put that down, it's a little bit tall. let's do that again. Nearly there. 2 secs, guys. Sorry. Should have done this when it was upright because it's more true to how it's going to lay. That's better. Yeah, that's loads better. Just want it to look like it's kind of just, yeah, falling down. There's a bit of weight with that, so it's kind of pushing that down when it's laying flat, but when it's displayed like so, it looks really nice. It's lovely. I think I'm going to keep it like that because it's nice to have, like I said, I don't want, it's just balancing out the pink space and the detail without it going, yeah, being too much. I think that's, yeah, it's all the bits that I've used. There's other parts there, but again, anybody just joining, they were the topper sheets that were in this, but you can cut out bits from the paper pad. So like you've got, you know, I've used that clock there, but you've got loads more here if you wanted to use them again. You can cut all the flowers out, roses. You could cut the queen out there. You've got, look, the hat. Oh, one of the hats would be nice to cut out. Get 2 of each sheet. Maybe I'll cut one hat out and that will be it. Shall I cut it from that one or that one? Got 2 of each, doesn't really matter. They're more on their own. I've got the crown there, but you've got crowns again. So, you know, even though you've used the ephemera, yeah, you've got a lot of the images again. You could back this onto some cardstock and then cut it out as well. I've done that quite a few times before, just to make it a bit stronger. So they're more like little chipboard pieces. I don't know now. Don't know whether I do need it. So I don't really want it over that side. Unless I have, let's just lift this off a minute. Maybe that instead. No, because I used those playing cards in the end. So I said I wasn't sure. I like them, but I don't think you need them as well as that. Put the cards on the hat. Like that. Teeny, they are teeny cards. No, I hadn't forgot about them, guys. I was just, because I've put those ones on, I didn't think I'd use those as well. Could do that and then move that other butterfly. That's overhanging a little bit more. That's quite good. Could go over the top that way. Yeah, what about that? I think that looks good. We'll do that. And I'll just carefully take off that one. The hat will cover all of that space. Right, let's do this bit. On some foam. Yeah, I think we're done. I love it. This will be my new, well no, because eventually I'll give this out, but for now I'm going to keep it displayed. because I usually have an Alice one on my mantle. It's because I put some plant, I've got a plant on there now, so. And then there's a little tape still. Yes, that was lucky. Maybe that one down there. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Happy with that. Bring it up. You can see that wire's in the way. Oh, that's been in the way. Sorry, that's probably been affecting my focus. Just try and make sure it's out of the way. A bit close. There we go. Cool. A little bit different. So this will be added to my pile of cards for when I start to give them away again. It's nice to build up a stash actually. It takes the pressure off a little bit, because there might be the odd time when I won't do a thank you card, because I'll do a Bethy card for someone, like to Charlie's. So having these kind of all, yeah, together makes it easier for me. Right, I'll tidy all this up in a minute. So we've got 8x8. This is our tiered hexagon pop-up card mini series. So we've done, again, anybody just finding me, we've done 8x8 today. We did the 5x7 2 weeks ago. This tutorial's already up. And then this is the 6x6. Again, this tutorial is up. This one will come next week now, because obviously I've got my launch this week, so I've got to crack on with that. So 5x7, 6x6, 8x8, and we're going to do a C6, which is a 8x6 size. And that's going to be with grass and more of a scene kind of builder. Yeah. And also you've got a tiered kind of stepper style here. Whereas these ones, they're all the same width, each one. So they don't stick down. That one's a little bit more tiered because we've got the clouds. But that one, you can really see that those panels, or yeah, panels, I guess, are all different. Loving this style of card. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Benita. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Rach, Sharon. So yeah, I'll get pictures of it. I'll do a little reel of this one, so at least then it's up. But I'll do a YouTube video, probably with a different theme. I might look at another lot of my little kits that I've got. Like Shaun the Sheep or Chicken Run. I'll probably use one of those with all the ephemera all cut out. And in fact, Chicken Run would be a good one because it's got those lovely seam backing papers. So I'll probably do a Chicken Run one for YouTube, because I've used all the ephemera up for this particular one. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. And those of you that got the mag, it just gives you another idea and a card style to use with this one. But yeah, I think it's just love the way this card looks. It's got so, and I mean, such a difference between, I know there's only a couple of inches between the two, but it's like, this looks huge. And that's like a standard size card, you know. But if you hand deliver, I don't think it matters what size card you make. It's only when you post that becomes an issue. But yeah, you can see them all from that view as well. I think they look lovely. Thank you. I think I have inspiration overload. Isn't it nice though when you do? Write them all down though. When you have all your ideas, write them down, because there's nothing worse than you think of all these things and then you forget. It happens to me loads. Loving these cards, so easy and quick to make. Made the 2 5x7s last week. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying them, Karen. Pauline, and other amazing cards. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Right, I'm going to get going. I've got lots to crack on with. So I've got my launch. I'm going to be doing it at 11 AM on my Made to Surprise YouTube channel, because it's a launch. I'm going to do it on the channel. All other lives and stuff will always be here still. Oh, excuse me. But again, I'll send the event out for that. I'll be doing that in a bit. And yeah, Craft World, the website is up, but obviously we've got lots to add to it and the launch and stuff, but I'll start sharing all that out as well. And yeah, obviously use my links when you go to shop, because all your old links and things that you might have in your cookies and stuff, they're all no longer working. They will take you to nothing. So I need to update all of my deep links. But if you do buy anything and you're inspired by me and it's my brand, I really appreciate it if you shop through the links that I share, because it's how I earn my money. It's how I earn a living, and I'm able to keep doing this. So yeah, they're going to be all brand new links. So it's going to take a while, obviously, for a lot of you to, update all of that. Thank you, everyone. Craft World. So the emails went out yesterday, Rita, to all the old Craft Stash mailing list. A few of you have said you've not received them. I check your spam. You might have it in your spam. Otherwise, if you go to craftworld.co.uk or .com, just put in Craftworld, it'll come up, and it will have a pop-up that will ask you for your email to subscribe, for email notifications and all that good stuff. So just drop it in there and then you'll be notified. But as long as you've got all your notifications on my socials as well, then you're not going to miss out. Yeah, give me a thumbs up. Thank you, Beryl. But yeah, check your spam folders, guys. I think some of them have probably gone into there. Then you may well have unsubscribed or something. I don't know, Lynn, because like I said, it went out. Loads of people got it. So I'm not sure, but it's not the end of the world. Like I said, just go to Craft World and resubmit your email. That's all good. Okay, everybody, take care. Hopefully I'll see a lot of you around on Friday at 11. But anybody else, I will see you all next week. All right, take care. Bye.